Good evening. Welcome to the Thursday, January 31st, 2019 Board of Selectmen's meeting. Please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Opening comments, Mr. Burrell?
Yeah, I just want to mention that Marilyn Clausen had passed away a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to mention that last week at the meeting. And our condolences, and go out to Henry. Henry's been a long-time member of the Finance Committee. Does a great job, and they got a son Rod, who's and it's a shame. Marilyn was a good woman. I used to see her every morning, and I'm going to truly miss her, and Nahant will, because she was a good citizen.
Yeah, I agree. All done?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, the DPW did a marvelous job. We're getting ice instead of snow. I guess that's good. But they were up and at it, and especially this morning, yesterday morning too. So thank you, DPW. Also, I'd like to read from the Secretary of the Commonwealth to our town administrator. Dear Mr. Barletta, under Massachusetts Preservation Projects Fund regulations, I am pleased to award the Nahant Public Library an emergency grant in the amount of $70,000 for emergency terrace repairs, including the installation of temporary shoring and the total rebuilding of the terrace, including and supporting steel structure, the tile terrace floor, and the surrounding stone walls. It was in great disrepair. Sharon Hawks, of course, really worked hard. Representative Capano sent his support, as well as our town administrator. So, good for them. It's something definitely. Then there's something about the history of the Nahant Library, but good for the town. On the January 24th last meeting minutes, let's wait to approve them till next meeting.
Sure.
With Richie not here, and
yep, absolutely.
they're lengthy. Oh, they sure are.
We must have talked a lot.
Some of us did, yeah. Some of us. Now, Green Community, was that it?
Yes.
Diane, great job. I said it out loud, good for you.
She did a great job.
Yeah, I thanked him. I thanked him also, but good job. I also said you were a bulldog at the last meeting, so I meant it nicely.
We had name tags, you know.
That's the committee's work.
Understood, but you worked real hard, and thank you.
And she made us wear name tags at the meetings. She did a great job. She did a really good job. I mean, I'm really proud of Diane.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
What is not on the agenda, but is a given fact for me as chairman, but it's all selectmen meetings should be the citizens forum. I have something here, that a handbook for Massachusetts selectmen. According to the handbook, I'm running the meetings correctly, so phew. But it is important to make every effort to have each person listened to. So we'll go right to citizens forum if anyone has anything to say. Name, please.
Hi, Christian Bauda, 3 Swallow Cave Road. I know many Nahanters are waiting anxiously for the response from Northeastern regarding the questions from Susan Solomon and Alice Court. I'd just like to know, I think we understood that today was the deadline that they imposed on their own response. I'm wondering if the town had heard anything from them at all.
You want a response now or when you're done?
The only follow-up I'd say is if they have responded, we'd love to have a paper, a copy of it, or a written copy that we can pass around to everybody in town, just so we're all on the same page. That'd be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. I opened my email before I came, and it came today, the response. These two might have seen it earlier today, but I only saw it just now. I haven't read it. I saw it was 8 pages, and they sent it to us. So we're going to decide, actually, Town Administrator, I was thinking it should go on our webpage, all the answers, something that the whole town can see. But again, I haven't read it. Do you have any comments?
No, honestly, I was so consumed with working on the budget and the warrant today that I didn't even get a chance to review it either. But I did see it come through my email, and hadn't had a chance to talk with you about, how to disperse it. I think put it on the website, obviously is the cheapest option. We can just throw it on there,
I mean, this is the
work
first
out-
we've talked about it.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at it. We can put it up there tomorrow.
And even just as a thought, paper copies in the selectman's office if people
Sure.
want to come in.
Sure.
But who puts on the website, Bob?
Yeah, our webmaster, yep.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll get it up there tomorrow, and we'll have some hard copies printed and have them here in the selectman's office at the town hall if people want to pick them up.
Just so everyone will get it.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to ask Northeastern to print copies of it and get it mailed out. I hadn't had a chance to talk to the board yet about it, so, but, given that everybody's, anxious to see it and we have it, I would say let's just put it on the website, and then we can, have some printed copies here in the town hall.
It's public, just put it out there.
Yeah.
My opinion, send it back and ask through another, it might take a week. No.
I
Where we
agree.
have them,
I agree.
And it was channeled through us anyway, so just.
Well, we asked, so they answered, so
Yeah.
we should just say thank you and put them out.
The appraisal, I think you should put that out there too. People have been asking about the appraisal, just put it out there. They want to know, give it to them. I have absolutely no reason not to let the people have it. It was part of our executive minutes, wasn't it, that we approved, actually?
Oh, we approved them a long time ago, right?
So put it out there.
I would just want to check with our attorneys before putting them out to the public, but if that's what the board would like to do, I'll just run it by them just to check.
Yeah, run it by them. Definitely.
If we're not thinking of something legal, that would be an issue, but sure.
Sure. We approved them, whether we released them is another thing.
Right.
During all of what we're
Right.
doing.
Right.
Well, I think once you approve them.
No, I
No.
never looked into it.
That's correct.
That's
No,
why I'm the chairman.
You don't, something that's approved,
Right.
you don't release?
executive session minutes
They get approved.
They get
and we
approved
decide
for
when we-
accuracy. They get approved for accuracy, and then it actually would be a separate motion to make them public. And they haven't
Gotta
been
check and
public
see if we
to
did.
this point, because of the, pending conversations.
Okay, well, whatever you want. I mean, I have no problem letting people know.
Okay, citizens forum, anyone else? Okay. So ongoing business, this is quite a short meeting, but that's good. Approve annual tobacco licenses.
Okay, I move that the Board of Selectmen vote to approve tobacco license renewal applications with an expiration date of January 31st, 2020 for Nahant Market, Richland, and Seaside Variety. And I'll second it.
I'll second for
Okay.
discussion. You were talking something about the vaping?
Well, okay, so, and I kind of flubbed that up at the last meeting. If you were born, we should have adopted the rule that anybody that buys vaping cigarettes or any kind of tobacco product has to be 21 now. Well, I think it's just the vaping stuff. And the woman from Lynn, who really runs the whole program, was gonna come over and speak about it, but she was ill. And she actually coordinated it through Peggy, so I'm gonna let Peggy take care of that. And I think that our Board of Health director, the guy that works for us, should have let us know that we should have done that. She had been after him to let us know. I knew nothing about it. And essentially what happens is anybody born before December 31st, the year 2000 would make them 18. And they can still buy the vaping cigarettes after that. They're grandfathered until 21. Anybody after that would have to be 21 to buy them. But those kids that lie in that 18 to 21 area can still buy them. Now, some of the parents were pretty upset about it. And I don't blame them. I mean, I think it's something that we should have looked at. We should have been informed about it, at least. And we could have made that decision on our own.
So is that gonna affect this?
No, not at all.
We can add on to,
No, it's too late now for that. It's over and done with. We've missed that boat. But,
so why is this woman coming here then?
well, she wants to talk, I guess she wants to come in and talk about different things about tobacco and how it's handled in the town of Nahant.
okay,
in the city
generally
limits. I'm guessing, I don't know.
Okay, and I got the email that she couldn't come tonight,
Right,
sometime in February.
right. Yeah, that's fine.
We'll just leave it, I'll just take her first at the
Well, I think
meeting.
it's a good idea to get them in, to talk about tobacco and, you know, how we can educate kids and not to use it, you know?
Okay,
It's not a bad idea.
okay.
So this license is for the Nahant market to be able to sell tobacco products. That's something that you can
Right.
take up later, but shouldn't have anything to do with renewing this license.
Okay.
They're all three stores, right? I think it's,
It might be, actually.
yeah, Nahant Market, Richland, and Seaside Variety.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
So they're all set.
all right.
Well, you have to,
All those in favor?
aye.
Aye. Unanimous vote? Closing the warrant, Mr. Town Administrator, take that over.
So you have copies of the warrant as currently written. It's in our town bylaw that we close the warrant on the 31st, for the last day of January. And so that's what we're doing today. The board obviously has the ability to open and make edits and additions to the warrant after this date, but the bylaw states that today is the final day to get articles into the board to be added to the warrant. It's really, from my understanding, it's really just to kind of set a date so that we are, on pace to having our budget prepared appropriately and printed for town meeting. One thing I'll just note here is that, we do, back November, December, the board voted to include an article in the warrant that would repeal the wetlands bylaw that was adopted in the August 27th special town meeting. And given the amount of people that came out for that vote, we have to properly prepare for a similar situation. And so we've reached out to, we've had a number of internal meetings about how to handle that, and where we are right now is we spoke with the folks over at the Nahant Country Club, and they've offered to host our town meeting. So you'll see in the first paragraph of this warrant, it states that the town meeting will be at the Country Club on Saturday, the 27th of April. So that's new. It was a tough decision to make. The town meetings have always been here in the town hall, and it's got a historic, presence to it. So it's unfortunate, but at the same time, we have to make sure that we prepare for the amount of people, and, you know, a lot of the complaints we got were about how crowded it was. And so, we're thankful to the country club for offering to host us.
So the country club holds, what's our capacity here?
The capacity here, with seats, I believe it's around 300, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more. The capacity at the country club, just seats, is above 550. So it's a much larger space, and it can accommodate us.
The election still would be here,
The elections would still be here.
and you've coordinated that with everybody?
Yes, I spoke with we've had a couple of internal meetings with the town clerk, with the town moderator. We're, looking to make, another lesson learned from that special town meeting was, the way that the ballot votes were taken, and we've been talking about ways to improve that process so it's more efficient. So it'll be a little bit different, but, we just got to prepare for a large number of people to come out. And there's a lot of things that'll be, with the override, with the budget scenario, with the wetlands protection bylaw article, we're expecting a decent amount of folks to show up for the meeting.
Okay. Okay, anything? I'll read it off if you want. I'll close the warrant if you want.
No, in the greetings part, Enzo,
Yeah.
and Tony. To assemble at the Nahant Country Club, 280 Nahant Road, Nahant, Mass. For the annual town meeting on Saturday, the 27th of April, 2019 at 7 a.m. Then and there to act on Article 1. Should we put something in there?
You're right.
But it's still going to vote at the town hall?
Yes, we'll have to make an edit there because that's correct, because this is the language from last year. So the Article 1 is the elections, so which are going to be happening here at the town hall. So I'll clarify that,
Yep.
that the annual meeting is at Nahant Country Club, and that the Article 1, the elections, are going to be here at the town hall. So I'll make that clear. I will make that edit.
Yeah, just for clarity. Okay.
Everything else on here is pretty standard. There will be the Article 14, 15, and 16, which are the Council on Aging, Cemetery, and Recreation revolving funds. The Municipal Modernization Act that passed last year requires that we add these to our bylaws, the town bylaws. So we'll have to redraft these as well, and we're working on that now to make sure.
Put them into the bylaw.
Yeah, once they're in the bylaw, then you don't have to vote on them every year either. So it is it's a cleaner way to do it, but we just have to adjust how this is written.
Okay. Thank you.
Any citizens petitions that came in today, they're not on here because the signatures have to be certified by the town clerk, and then the petitions have to be reviewed, by our attorneys for any legal issues that might come about with the way they're written or anything like that. So once once that happens, we'll add them in.
It's still receive date, though, right? So if they came in today, then they're fine.
Yes, yep.
Sounds good. You're up.
Okay, I move that the Board of Selectmen vote to accept and close the annual town meeting warrant as presented and to send it to the Finance Committee to begin taking positions, with the understanding that ongoing review will occur by the Board of Selectmen, that modifications may occur at a later time.
Second. Further discussion?
Other than that, we can open it for people if they want to put other articles on there. I'm not, and there's actually a couple I want on there that I just haven't
There's
had
one
time
I
to write.
definitely want on there, and that's the Coast Guard housing. I definitely, I've asked for them to come up here.
Yeah.
Not officially, because we've been buried in the budget. Do you have anything on that?
I believe they're planning to come on the 7th to give you, the board, an update as to where they are. And I think their plan, I think their plan is to have some type of public meeting prior to April about, the process that they've undertaken and the recommendation that they'll be making to the board.
I think it should be on this year's warrant,
Well,
to do something with it.
we've been saying that for 2 years.
Well,
But,
I mean, it's gotta get done before something happens.
2012 is now 2019.
Right.
So they should, I think they're gonna be here on the 7th.
Okay, good.
And, $1.8 million bonds are gonna be due.
1.86 million.
Oh, boy, I'm off a couple.
I've memorized it.
It's gonna become due, and I've said this all along.
Yep.
Real soon, so we need to eliminate it, quick.
All right, well, we'll leave that up to them. All those in favor?
And the other one I want is, I'm sorry, is we talked about a charter commission, fixing the charter.
Oh, we should definitely be thinking of that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But we can,
The, Article 19 is the continue committees article.
Yeah, but this is a little bit
And
different.
the town charter and bylaw committee is listed there, so to keep them active.
Right. This is a little bit different. We'll talk with KP Law about that, Lauren Goldberg.
Okay.
All right. Would you-
Yep.
All right, good.
Agreed.
So,
okay.
aye.
Aye. Unanimous vote. Closing announcements?
I have none.
It's nice we talked about getting the answers out to the public. I think that's very important. Turnarounds will be good for the town. That's my announcement. It's nice.
I heard we had a special guest here tonight, in the other room.
Do we have a special guest? Can we take a second? Of course I can, it's my meeting.
I'm sure Laura's gonna enjoy this.
The special guest is coming out. Rocco.
Yeah, so this is my wife Laura and our new son Rocco.
How old is Rocco now?
He's 4 weeks old today.
4 weeks old
4
today.
weeks old today.
Oh, he's waking up, Tony.
Give him to daddy.
I know.
Make daddy have him. I'm only kidding, daddy. Thank you, Rocco. Very nice.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.